Hi guys, today we have a live example from a story of a guy who is giving mock every day to Google story. So we want to talk about lot of things about you. Google is a big deal, big thing to talk about. You have 30 mocks, that's a big achievement. And third thing which I like the most is you were among the last people to get the call at 98% approximately. So how you converted SCMHRD, because that's one of the very difficult tasks to do, because that's one thing in my India, just cut off IIM is very late kind of thing. So ho paega ke nahi ho paega, that's always in everybody's mind. So before we go into all these things, I want to start with your background first. Where are you from?
Sir, I'm from Bangalore. My name is Shreyash and I pursued my graduation from Christ University, Bangalore. And I decided to pursue an MBA right in the last year of my graduation. So I also had a gap year in my profile, during which I was doing all my MBA entrance exams preparation. So the focus towards SNAP shifted right after CAT for me, though the frequency of mocks for me for SNAP was roughly 3 mocks per week alongside CAT.
So you started before CAT?
Right, I started before.
When do you think is a good time to start? There is no good time, obviously, there is no bad time, but what do you think is the ideal time?
Optimal time would be September.
So this is the right time to start?
This is the right time. And right after CAT, I just did one change in my strategy. I gave 1 mock per day and analyzed it. I gave it in the morning and analyzed it in the evening. So increasing that frequency of mocks right after CAT is very optimal, I would say, to increase your score. And coming on to cutoffs, yes, I was around the fag end of the cutoffs, but 50% of weightage is towards the GE PIVAT process. At my time, now it would be the GEPI process.
Correct.
So you can definitely work hard there and cover up because hygiene factors like communication skills, how you are as a person come into play over there.
Correct. See, the gap between a 99 percentiler and 98 percentiler is hardly 5 marks, 4 marks in fact. And if you take it out 50% of that, it hardly come down to 2, 3, 5 marks a gap, maximum gap. So which you can easily cover up in a good interview, in a good this thing. So let's talk about the preparation first, then we go to that thing. So how you handled both? Were you able to, was there a time when you were thinking CAT छोड़ो या नहीं हो पाएगा या बाकी exam छोड़ो, let's focus more on CAT? So because there's something which everyone had to understand कि how to balance this, because both exams are totally different. There are players who can play T20 and test match both, like Kohli, and there are some players where I can't play T20 or I'm good with T20 but I can't play test match. So how you manage both the things?
So that is the thing, because I was doing full-time preparation, I was able to divide my day. I used to divide it like 3/4 of the day I used to focus on CAT and 1/4 on OMETs.
Okay.
So because I knew that I won't be keeping CAT as my only option.
Especially if you take a year gap, so you have to obviously have the bet on the exams as well, right?
So I knew that I do not want to shoulder the entire responsibility of my career on one exam, which is why I started with this mindset that OMETs are equally important to prepare for.
So अभी से ही 2-3 mock देना start कर दूँ अगर मैं suppose I'm preparing for the SNAP exam, and then after the CAT is over, I can make it every day mock.
Yes.
So that I can easily touch 30 mocks and then I can get a good score. So now you got a call at 98 percentile at the last end of it. So what insecurities were you little bit insecure कि gap भी लिया हुआ है and you don't have any work experience? So was that kind of thing going in your mind?
So definitely there was, but as I mentioned that I had faith in my preparation for GE and PI rounds as well. I was well versed with current affairs. I had practiced speaking in the mirror multiple times. And I had given a lot of mock GDs with my coaching institute, which prepared me, they prepared me in a way that the actual GD did not feel any different or any new. It was just as if I was given one of my usual practice GDs. So I would suggest that right after the last exam, aspirants should bring their focus towards GEPI and reading newspapers every day morning. It must be a simple 30-minute task, but that is what makes the difference between someone who converts and someone who possibly.
And newspaper is going to help you everywhere in your CAT, CT, and MET, all the exam preparation as well, and then come to the interview skills as well. It helps you everywhere. So here's a live example of hard work. Yeah, against all the odds. It's not odd. Taking gap is not a big deal, but at mindset wise, yes. And then Percentile become that, so you came up with all the. So once you joined the college, what extra you did for Google? Because that's a dream company for everyone, and we can see the Hall of Fame behind us. This is the Alumni Hall of Fame. So there's a mirror as well reserved for you, where you can come into picture. So what you did for Google?
So for people who do not know, I would just mention that I pursued my summer internship at Google in Hyderabad. So a little bit about the internship. So the internship was in recruitment or tech hiring, to be specific, and I interned with the tech hiring teams who hire engineers from institutes across India. So what extra I would say is that in my preparation for the process, I was well versed with basics of HR, because it's an HR internship. They asked me, they expected a certain level of domain knowledge. Apart from that, they expected alignment with their core values. They also expected me to know, come up with ideas on the spot. So most of the things that they were looking for were something which I prepared for, I would say.
Right. So for the unversed, he is doing a specialization in HR.
Yes.
That's why a lot of time we are talking about HR thing, but that we never talked about that earlier. So so that's the best part. So with Google on the resume, I think that's the best. And we can see the full story coming into picture in your case, right from your early days to this thing. So any advice you like to give to students कि यार तुम ये कर लो, 2-3 चीज़ें जो आपने की हैं या आपको लगता है कि अगर मैं और ये कर लेता तो अब आई वुड हैव मे बी इन अ बेटर पोजीशन टू सस्टेन राइट नाउ. सो व्हाट एडवाइस यू लाइक टू गिव?
Okay, one thing I would like to give, while you're in your preparatory phase, switch off all distractions. That's one thing I couldn't do, like social media. I would suggest aspirants to stay off social media at least 3 to 4 months before the exams, because these small things make all the difference. Second, I would say do not undermine the power of communication, because once you enter a B school, everything from you getting an internship to you getting a placement, everything depends on communication. Third, I would say be a well-rounded individual. You're not coming to B school just for academics. Participate in case competitions, participate in corporate competitions, which give you job opportunities also further. And also give time to committees and clubs. Do not be very academic oriented. Do not focus on just your GPA once you enter B school. Ensure that your entire experience is very holistic and
See, if someone asks me कि सर मैं B school में क्या करूँ so I can get a top job on campus, this and that, I only say one thing: participate. Participate not just in academics, in the way you said, extracurricular, everywhere. Because that is where you learn more from those things than from the books.
yes.
ठीक है. तो great यार. So thank you very much. Thank you Shreyash for coming.
Thank you, sir.